All right, guys, so we're going to get started on the dashboard, but first thing I want to do is add a link so we can actually navigate to the dashboard from other pages. So let's go into our nav bar real quick, and I'm going to just, let's see, I'll copy one of these LIs with the links and go up here in auth links, paste that in. We'll change this to dashboard. Let's change this. Now I want this to have an icon like the logout does. So let's see, within this link right here, I'm just going to copy this and just change the icon to FA-user. And then I also want this span around the text because I want just the icon to show on mobile devices. So let's do that as well. All right, so we'll save that and go back, and now we have a dashboard link. Another thing I'd like to do is I don't want to be able to visit the landing page if we're logged in, so we should just do that real quick. So I'm going to go to landing. Now in order to do this, we need to bring in connect because we need to interact with the state to see if we're logged in. So let's do from React Redux, and let's also do prop types. Okay, and then we'll go down here, connect. Okay, and let's pass in here map state to props, and we don't have any actions, so map state to props. Actually, we need const. Okay, and we just want to bring in auth, or actually just is authenticated. Set that to state.auth.is authenticated. And we'll just quickly add in the prop types here. So what component is this landing? So we want to add is authenticated, which is, let's see, PTB, it's a Boolean. And then we just need it up here. Okay, so all I'm going to do is go right above the return here. And let's just do if is authenticated, then let's redirect. So we'll have to bring that in as well. Redirect to, and let's send them to /dashboard. Okay, so we just want to bring in redirect from the React router as well. All right, so let's try it out. We'll go back. Expected an assignment or function call. Let's see, line 8. Oh, let's return. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we should be able to return. Okay, so that logged us out, so let's log back in. Certain errors will log you out. All right, so if I try to go to the home page or the index, I can't. Good. All right, so back to the dashboard. Sorry for that little detour. So back in the dashboard, I mean, there's a few things we need to do here, and I'm trying to figure out what to start with. So first of all, we want to make sure that the profile is loaded, and then it's not null. And if it is, then I want to show a spinner graphic. So let's actually create our spinner component. And I'm going to put this in layout. So components layout, and let's create a file here called spinner.js. Okay, so this is just going to load a GIF, and I'm just going to paste this in real quick, and you guys can copy it. So we're importing spinner from spinner.gif, which is in it's in the files, which I'll actually attach. If I remember, I'll attach it to this particular video. If not, it's just in the final application. And you can use any GIF if you want, or GIF if you prefer to say it that way. But I'm going to go ahead and put this Let's see, I'm just gonna, so this is the actions. You know what I'll do? I'll also put it in the theme, the HTML theme, because I don't have it in there right now. But I'm going to put this in right in components layout. So I'm going to paste in the GIF right here. Okay, and again, you can use any spinner you want. There's a ton of them available on the internet. And this is just going to load that, and I'm going to I'm setting a width of 200 pixels. I'm putting it in the middle with margin auto and displaying block. Okay, so we want to bring that into our dashboard component. So I'm going to import. Let's see, we'll go right here and let's import spinner from, and we want to go /layout/spinner. And let's see, right now we're just returning a div. Let's do this. Let's do return, and I want to do a conditional. I'm going to say auth loading. Actually, I'm going to destructure it up here. So auth, I'm going to pull out from that. Let's pull out profile, not profile. I'm sorry, not auth. From profile, we want to pull out the profile state as well as loading. Okay, and then down here we're going to say return loading and profile equals null. Okay, and we're going to use a ternary here. So what we're saying here is if the profile is null and it's still loading, then we're going to want to show the spinner. So here I'm going to put spinner, else then I'm going to put in a fragment. Okay, and let's bring in fragment. And inside fragment for now, I'm just going to say test and save. So let's see what happens. So we get test, I'm going to reload, and you see real quick that spinner, that's happening when it's loading and profile is still null, because we don't want to try to load the UI or load the component, or I should say the JSX of the component, the return, before we actually get the profile data from the server. Okay, so while that's happening, we're going to see that spinner graphic, and we're going to do this in a couple places throughout the application. Okay, so now what goes in the fragment? So I'm going to put, and this stuff is in the theme, but I'm just going to type it out. So we'll do an H1 with the class of large, and we're going to put inside here. Actually, I'm going to put, let's put also a class of text primary, which will make it that greenish bluish color. I'm going to say dashboard, and then under that I'll have a paragraph with the class of lead, and these are just classes from the theme I created. So here I'm going to have an icon with the class of FAS and FA-user, and then after that icon, I'm going to just say welcome, and then I want the user's name. Now I want to check to make sure the user is there before I put the username, and I can do that by using the double ampersand. So I'll say user double ampersand user.name. All right, now this user, you're probably wondering where that comes from. I'm going to pull that from auth, because remember auth has the user inside of it. So let's destructure user from auth, and then we can use it down here. So we're just saying if user exists, then show the username. So let's try that. We'll save. Let's go back, and we get welcome Brad Traversy. Awesome. If I log out and I log in as, let's say, jdoe@gmail, log in, we get welcome John Doe. Okay, so that part is going to be there even if the user doesn't have a profile. Now we want to show something different if the profile isn't there. So underneath the paragraph, I'm going to open a set of curly braces and I'm going to put another ternary here. I'm going to check to see if profile is not equal to null. Okay, if it's not equal to null, then let's put a fragment. Okay, else, then let's put another fragment. So let's just say right here, we'll say has and has not. So if I save that and I go back, we get has, because John Doe does have a profile. But let's log out and log in as Sarah. I think we still have Sarah in here. So Sarah at Gmail. She doesn't have a profile. Oh, she gets has though. All right, so I know the problem. Right now, if I look in the state, we still have John Doe in there. If I reload, watch, it's going to say has not. So what's happening is we're logging out and logging back in as Sarah, but John's the last user that was logged in, his profile is still there until we reload. So what we're going to do is on logout, we need to clear the profile. So I'm going to create a new type in actions types called clear profile. So let's copy this down and do clear profile. And let's bring this into our action. Actually, we're going to bring it into our auth actions because we want to dispatch this when we log out. So let's bring in clear profile, and then down at the very bottom, when we log out, let's just copy this line down and let's dispatch clear profile. Actually, let's do that first. So we'll save that, and then we need to create clear profile in our profile reducer. So let's bring it in. And let's see, for the case, let's add that down here. Case clear profile, and we want to return state and just set profile back to null. And I'm also going to set repos because the profile could have GitHub repos, so I want to set the repos back to empty, and also loading should be false. Alright, so this should work now, and we're logged out again. So let's log in as Brad. So we have a profile, it's in our state. Now once I log out, clear profile should get called. So log out, we see clear profile, and now if we look down here, it's null. So if I log back in as Sarah, has not. Okay, so that's perfect. So let's go back to our dashboard, and we need to decide what we're going to do for people that have profiles and people that don't have profiles. So let's see if they don't. So has not. I'm going to go ahead and just add some markup in here. We're going to put a paragraph, and we're going to say you have not yet set up a profile. Please add some info. And then under that, we're going to have a link to, and it's going to go to /create-profile. Let's give it a class name of btn-primary. And I have margin classes. I'm going to do my-1. And let's say create profile. All right, so we'll save that. Actually, we need to bring in link from React Router. And let's take a look. So we'll log back in as Sarah. And there we go. Now I know that users that have a profile right now, they're just going to see the word has. But before we start to deal with that and add the experiences and all that stuff, I want to add this create profile component in route so that we can actually have a form to have the user create a profile from the application. Okay, so we're going to get into that next.